What's up, guys? Today we are talking about the Summit Openshot. This is going to be a climber product review. Y'all stay tuned. Check this video out. Well, guys, as the intro said, we're talking about the Summit Openshot today. I just bought this stand a couple weeks ago and I've been testing it out a little bit, so I wanted to do a kind of an unboxing type review, even though I'm not technically unboxing it. I generally don't like doing these type of reviews just because you don't have a whole lot of experience to use, but I do have a few climbs in it and I want to go over a few things that I really enjoy about it and some things I don't think I'm going to like about it. So, and as I also want to mention, I feel like it's very important to do these kind of product reviews because surprisingly there wasn't a whole lot of information on the internet about the Summit Openshot as far as YouTube. I think there's a few videos talking about it, and then there's, you know, obviously the Summit's put out a couple videos and they're going to pump it up, of course, because it's their stand. But I want some real world experience. So I think it's important to do these product reviews to kind of get information out there, to give it to potential consumers, to kind of get everybody's opinion, because if you're like me, I like to have as many opinions before I purchase something. That way I can kind of get an idea of what to expect. So that's why I like doing these product reviews. But anyways, guys, again, this is the Summit Openshot. So a couple things about it just right out of the gate. These straps are amazing compared to my 20-year-old Viper. So this stand hit 20 years this year, and I finally decided it was time to replace this one, even though I still feel confident that I could climb a tree with this, no problem. I wanted to upgrade, but I wanted something a little bit lighter weight and something I could shoot out of while I'm sitting down. So I went with, obviously, the Summit and wanted the Openshot. So I felt like this was going to meet my expectations and kind of what I was looking for out of a climbing tree stand. So like I said, right out of the gate, these straps that come standard with it are completely amazing. Now these things are like bungee style straps, and they bounce with you as you walk. So my old Summit Viper, it was I mean, it's still the standard straps that came with it. I never did any kind of upgrading for it. So them things, after a little bit of a hike, you could start feeling it on your shoulders and your traps. But this one has bungee style straps, and it kind of bounces with you as you walk and stepping over things. I haven't did long distance walking with it, but I have walked around the yard and in these woods behind me a little bit just to kind of get a feel for what it feels like. And it does feel surprisingly really good. I mean, I don't feel hardly any pressure on my shoulders, so that's definitely a plus. Another thing, I wanted something a little lightweight. So my 20-year-old Viper here, it, I believe, weighed in at roughly 22, 23 pounds. And the only thing I did, and I just did this a couple years ago, is I replaced the seat with an aftermarket seat, and I took off all the padding. I think it knocked it down to right at 20 pounds, 19 and a half pounds, something like that. So for the Summit Openshot, out of the box, supposedly it's supposed to weigh 15 pounds. Well, that's not necessarily the case. So I'm going to get my handy dandy fish scale out here, and I'll show y'all exactly what this one weighs. Alright guys, so out of the box, no modifications, everything that came with it, we're looking at 16 pounds, 13 ounces. That's, like I said, with everything out of the box. So shaved off probably 5 pounds of weight, which anybody that does long distance hunting knows 5 pounds can make a world of difference. So I'm excited to enjoy that lighter weight this fall whenever I'm walking a mile into the woods, because I do hunt quite a bit of public, and obviously people that hunt public, you have to go a little bit further than the next person. So I wanted something lightweight, and this is just a little bit lighter weight. So that's definitely a plus. One of the cons about this stand that I've already noticed after climbing a few times is I do not like the climbing stirrups that come with it. I just constantly feel like my feet are going to slip out of it as I'm climbing. So I may do some modifications later on, and I'll probably do a part 2 of this video after the season, because this is going to be like a part 1, and then after I get some real time in it and put some hours in over the upcoming deer season, then I'll definitely do an update of some of the things I really enjoyed about it, some of the things I didn't necessarily like about it, as well as maybe some modifications I may or may not make regarding this Summit Openshot. So, like I said, it's going to be one of those learning curves where you got to figure out what you really like and what you don't like, and then just go from there. Alright guys, so I want to get this on the tree. Y'all stay tuned, check this out. Alright guys, so we got the Summit Openshot set up on the tree here. So for these purposes, I'm only going to go about 6 feet, but I do recommend that I'm not going to wear my safety harness because I'm only going to go up probably about 6 feet, but obviously anytime that you are going to climb higher than, well, once you're going to get to hunting height, you always want to make sure that you wear your safety harness. But like I said guys, don't hate on me, I'm only going to go 6 feet, so if I fall out, probably not going to hurt. Alright guys, so like I said, this is on the tree now, and you want to, when you're putting this on the tree, put it at just a little bit of an angle where it's, whenever you're climbing, it kind of levels out like that to whenever you get to hunting height. So whether you hunt 10, 15, 25, 20 feet, whatever it is, just make sure that you kind of gauge the tree that you're climbing, the size of it, and if it tapers off, the higher that you, or the height that you plan on getting at. So like I said guys, not going high this time, but I just wanted to show you how I climbed in it. So just keep that in mind, set it at an upward angle, and then that way as you are climbing it levels out, because you do not want your stand like this when you're at hunting height, because that can cause some catastrophic failure as far as falling out. Alright guys, so I want to get in this tree and I want to show y'all a little bit how I climb it. Alright guys, so as you can see I got the GoPro on, I'm in the stand. So one thing you want to do is take that band that comes with it, hook your heels into it, and then go in through the stirrups and it kind of locks your feet in. To me, like I said, that was a con. I don't feel like it feels too secure, but it's probably something I'm going to have to either modify at some point or just try to get used to it. But anyways guys, I wanted to give you kind of my view of what it looks like to climb. And I have figured out that when you're climbing with this stand, it's best to do it with the seat folded up, and then you'll want to use these arms on the stand with your forearms. So there is a little bit of a learning curve as far as if you're used to maybe a sit down climber where you set your butt on the bar and then use it to climb and pull yourself up. This is a little different. Instead of using your butt, you're basically going to be using your forearms as leverage. So again, all right, this is about as high as I want to go. So at this point, you want to unlock your feet from the stirrups, flip your seat down, and then turn around and sit down. Alright guys, so we made it at hunting height for the purposes of this video. So as you can see, the Summit Openshot has not a front, which I feel like is going to be a benefit, because with my old Summit Viper, it had the bar going across the front, and anytime you needed to make a shot, you had to stand, grab your bow, and then go from there. With this, as you guys know, especially during the rut, or a buck chases a hot doe through your area, or you're hunting a thicket or an oak flat, something like that, deer can get on you pretty quickly. So that's just one less movement that you can make. Reach up, grab your bow, draw back, and you're ready to go. So that's one feature I really enjoy about this stand. The seat is quite comfortable as well, and it does fold up, which gives you a little bit more room on the platform in case you need it. The seat itself is pretty good. It don't feel too bad. It's not as good as the Viper, but it does feel pretty comfortable. One thing I don't know about yet is using the tree as a backrest. I feel like it'll be okay, especially when it gets colder and you have to layer up. I feel like the extra padding from your hunting clothes will kind of offset and give you a little bit of padding, but that may be something I address in my next video. But as of right now, it doesn't feel too bad. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get back down and I'm gonna talk more about this thing when I get on the ground. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you how I climb down real quick. So again, you want to fold your seat up and take your heels, hook your boots into these stirrups as so, and kind of bring this up just a little bit, lock it into the tree, and then put your weight on these arms right here, and then kind of just start easing your way back down the tree. Essentially, you just want to walk yourself down the tree. I was kind of worried that this would be a little bit of an issue, kind of a workout, I guess you would say, but honestly, if you're in halfway decent shape, it's actually not that bad. So just to keep that in mind. You don't have to be a everyday gym guy, but you know, it does take some upper body strength to get up and down this tree. So just wanted to mention that. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap up this video, my product review and my personal opinion of the Summit Openshot. First impressions, I feel like it's going to be a really awesome stand, and I really can't wait to get some hours in it. I feel like it's going to meet or exceed my expectations for what I want out of a hunting climbing tree stand. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please just do me a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe. We got plenty of other content coming. Yeah, and we will see you on the next one.